All right, so good morning and welcome back to our Princess channel. I hope you had a very good night rest. This morning, the voice note is on the UAAG grant and St. Rita grant, and this is the hope, the promise, and the journey to disbursement. So I will be speaking on 5 specific points that has to do with this duo, that is the Sanctuary Wealth Multipurpose Foundation grant disbursement and also the St. Rita grant disbursement empowerment. And it would be under the auspices of 5-point agenda that are quite so sacrosanct and important to us. The first one is God moving the government to action, and the second one is how the grant handlers are incapacitated. In other words, the matter is beyond them. And the third one is that the grant is real and don't ever be misled. The fourth one is that St. Rita subscribers, you are to prepare for a celebratory December. And the last point I will be speaking on my agenda is about the partnering NGOs who have to take action in St. Rita concerning their submitted data. All right, this is Princess channel, and we are a channel of hope, love, and a channel that is bent on delivering information concerning financial statuses that could change your standing on cryptocurrencies, on grants, and stabilities in all spheres of life. The UAAG grant, that is under the capable guidance of Sanctuary Wealth Multipurpose NGO and is led by the country director Apostle Ken Nwakama, and St. Rita Foundation grant, they have in one way or the other also become a symbol of hope for individuals, countless individuals. And these grants are now more than financial lifelines for those who are awaiting their disbursement. However, as the journey begins to unfold right before us, there are certain challenges and developments that demand some patience and unity and also faith. And it is under this particular organ I will be speaking on this 5-point agenda. God have to move the government to action. The power of divine intervention cannot be underestimated in this scenario. While the government has already approved these grants, the disbursement process has remained slow, drastically slow. So this is a moment for collective prayers and faith, asking God to touch the hearts of decision makers and also expedite the release of these funds. Just as the scripture tells us in Proverbs chapter 21 verse 1 says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and it directs it like a watercourse wherever he pleases. Let us stand united in faith and believe that God can move the government to action. Now, on the part of the grant handlers being incapacitated, that shows that this particular issue is beyond their reach, and if they have their way, they would have also wanted this grant to have been disbursed before now. It is essential to understand that the grant handlers, despite their dedication, despite their commitment, are not in some ways the root cause of this delay. The bottleneck that lies within the bureaucratic processes, the handlers have done their parts, and then the power to move forward now relies solely with the authorities. And this acknowledgement should encourage empathy and patience as we collectively await the next steps that is to unfold right before us. But in the meantime, let us try as much as possible to support these handlers in prayers and also spirit, in the same spirit, trusting that they would continue to advocate for a swift resolution when it comes to the delivering of this grant. The grant handlers, it's like they are being choked and they are being suffocated because of government bureaucracy and bureaucratic processes that always takes time. Anything governmental has a way it doesn't flow as you wanted it. It just goes in a snail speed. It goes in a snail speed, and it's not the best for anyone wanting to get anything from the government. Now, speaking on the grant itself, I wouldn't want you to be deceived or be misled by anyone amidst these delays and the doubts that is already out in the open. One thing is certain. I want you to know that the grant is real. These grants are real, they are not fake. So let no one begin to deceive you into thinking otherwise. The funds have been approved and they exist to serve the beneficiaries. Now, while waiting can be so frustrating, I understand, it is also crucial to remain so steadfast and avoid falling prey to misinformation, because it will cripple you. Misinformation are there to cripple you and clutch your feathers. The truth is clear. This is not an empty promise, but a delayed reality that will soon manifest. The fact that it has delayed does not mean that it won't manifest. No, if your feathers are eventually clutched, you won't be able to fly higher. You'll be within your thought forms. You'll be within your zone. You won't be able to have the trust that is supposed to be meted on the process. So let nobody deceive you or bamboozle you into being misled that the grants are fake. No, the grants are real. It is just the processes that is involved in getting them that appears to be slow. Now, on Centrita subscribers who have subscribed, we got an intel from them. For all the Centrita subscribers, the promise of celebration this December is not just a mere wish, it is a declaration. It's a declaration from their country director, and that it is certain. With that latest update, the disbursement of Centrita Fund is expected to bring joy and relief during the festive seasons. December is shaping up to be a month of thanksgiving and testimonies, as beneficiaries would finally receive what they have waited for in Centrita, according to the report and the intel we got from that organ. And the message is so simple: remain very hopeful and prepare to rejoice. It was a clear-cut message from Centrita Foundation. If they are going to hold on to this particular promise, it's going to be a catch. The message was simple. The tagline was remain hopeful and prepare to rejoice in December. Then the information for the partnering NGOs, which they have to take action. This is the final point I will be speaking on. That's the information that goes to the partnering NGOs of Centrita Foundation and Midwest Improvement Program. The partnering NGOs in Centrita, there is a crucial call to action for all of you, those of you who subscribed as an NGO into that organ. You are expected to call on one personality called Mr. Wale. Mr. Wale happens to be the PRO in that particular organ. And Mr. Wale emphasized the need for an amendment to some of the data that you submitted before everything is being pushed for disbursement. So this is a reminder call to every stakeholders that they must have to remain diligent and proactive also in ensuring that all the requirements are met, because The data you submit as an NGO is laden with the subscribers' names and information. So if you falter as an NGO or as a cluster head or whatever you call it, if you falter, it would affect the subscribers that are within your organ. So definitely you will have to be proactive enough to ensure that the details of those who submitted their data to you are well refined before the push of a button is called into action. So a timely action on these corrections could be the key to expediting the process for everyone that is involved to be disbursed to. Then finally, I want to push this final word of encouragement for us. Yes, the journey towards the disbursement of the UAAG, St. Rita Foundation, Theobald, and which other one there are Supreme, and some other ones that are also within the waiting list have been long, yes. And at times they could be very, very, very challenging. I can understand, I can propose to that. But yet, it is important to also remember that delays are not deniers. The approval of these grants by the government is a proof that they are real and they are forthcoming. Now it is a matter of timing and divine alignment. Very important. There's an approval that has been given concerning the disbursement of these grants, but we are hanging between the timeline for disbursement and also the divine alignment. So as we await the final steps of this disbursement, let us remain united in prayers, let us remain united in hope, and let us also remain united in action. Encourage one another to hold fast to the promises of God that is being made for us, and also prepare for the blessings that faith will bring across our path. In other words, the blessings that lies ahead of us. And we know that this is a season of faith and commitment on the part of everyone, including the NGOs, the subscribers, all stakeholders that are within this system. Is a season of faith for us. I want to believe that soon it will be a season of fulfillment. So it's not a time to flinch. It's not a time to drop your button. It's a time to keep pushing, because the final word for us is that the grants are real and they are going to be disbursed. Thank you. I wish you a very lovely Friday ahead of you. Today, which happens to be the 6th of December, we still have some more days within this month before the year wraps up, and it's going to be a time of celebration for each family and every subscriber within these organs that subscribes to this particular grants. And so shall it be. I welcome you once again to this channel. Subscribe if you have not, so that you will not be deprived of information when you need to have one. Thank you. I wish you a lovely Friday ahead of you. Stay blessed and stay connected. We love you. Bye for now.